Hello, my name is Federico. I'm from Garza Web Design, and I am here to show you today how to create and edit a web form in Drupal 7. So let's go ahead and bring up the website, and let's bring up the form that we're supposed to be creating. This is for the folks over at Heart Havens, and on the left-hand side you see an Excel form or a service request form, and on the right-hand side is the website that we're going to be doing this for. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm already logged in, you can tell, because you can see the admin toolbar up here. So I'm going to go ahead and hover over I'm going to hover over content, add content, and then I'm going to come down here and click on web form. And here we are, create web form. So let's go ahead and create a service request form. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. So I select that, type Control-C if you're on a regular PC, and then I click inside here on the body and click paste that. Okay, and there we are. So now let's go ahead and go to the bottom. I'm going to hit save. And there we are. So let's go ahead. The first thing that we see here is date. So let me type date here. And I'm going to click the type. It's going to be a date field. We're going to make that mandatory and click add. There we are. And I'm just going to go ahead and select website time zone. And everything else stays the same. Alright, the next thing you see is program name. So let's go ahead, program name. Let's make this a text field. We'll make that mandatory, add. And the text field is just really a text box that you type something into. Hit save component, and there we are. So type of repair. And this one, if you look on the left-hand side, it's either vehicle or house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a select option. So let's go ahead and click on select option. I'm going to make this mandatory, add it. And here's going to be a little bit different because there are going to be two options. One's a vehicle, if I can spell vehicle, and the other one is going to be house. Now when you look here, we have to list a key, which is something that the program looks at, and then some readable option, which is something that the human looks at. So, and you see right here, you'll see this vertical line, and it's right on your keyboard. So go ahead and just type that vertical line, and then I'm going to just duplicate that, and then when I click down here, vertical line, house. So you'll see vehicle, vertical line, vehicle, house, vertical line, house. And check this option if you want the select component to be displayed as a select box instead of radio buttons or checkboxes. Since there are checkboxes right here, that's what we're going to do. And it says description of home or vehicle service needed. So I imagine you can't put a form a request in for both a vehicle and a home at the same time. So we're going to take that in consideration by not selecting multiple. So if you select multiple, then you can add, you can check as many of these as you want. If you leave this unchecked, then you can only select one of those. So here we go, and we're going to hit save component, and there we are. Now for vehicle information, Oh, field set, excellent. So we're going to select field set right here. And let's go vehicle information. I'm going to hit add. And what this does is it just makes an area. So you really don't, it's not anything. Well, I'll show you. Once we get into this, you'll see what I mean. So let's go ahead and make. Let's go text field. And I'm not going to make it mandatory because it might not be a vehicle repair. Oh, also what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this with the mouse and drag it to the right. And you'll see what happens here when I click add. All right. Save. Okay, and what I'd like to do is I'm going to view this. So I'm going to right click the mouse and open a new window. And you'll see what happens. Disregard this part. This is when you're logged in, but most normal people will not see that. So here's the date. So you can select. There's a program name you can type in. That's the text area or text field. And you can choose one or the other type of repair. And then you see the vehicle information is just a box that wraps around whatever we put to the right of it. So that's what we're talking about. So let me exit out of here and we'll continue. So we have make, we have model, text field, add. And we're just going to hit OK. Here is going to be year. And let's see if there's an integer. Number, add. And I'm going to select integer. Select save component. And that's it for that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this with the mouse. So I'm going to left click and then drag to the right. There. So now this next new component will not be within this box that's called vehicle information. So I'm going to go right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy this exactly. So I'm going to go here, right click copy, go right here, right click paste. And this is going to be a text area. And I'll show you what a text area is. Let's go ahead and make that mandatory. Add. And so what this is it's just description of service needed. And then what I want to do is I'm going to click that, copy. Actually, this is the wrong one. Cut. I need to put it here. So we don't want to put that in the default value. We want to put it in the description. And that way it goes underneath this, just like this goes underneath that. All right, and we'll save that component. Everything else just stays the same. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me right click and I'm going to open in a new window. And I'll show you what we have so far. So we have month, we have the date, program name, type of repair, vehicle information, and then description of service needed. So you see how this is a text field and this is a text area. So you can make it bigger, you can write multiple stuff in here, you can be very descriptive. This is just a one line kind of thing. I'm going to close this out and continue on. Requester. name of staff requesting repair. So I'm going to go ahead and just put exactly what they have here. And this is going to be a text field. Make that mandatory. I'll put name requesting repair right there. In the field key, this is what the computer program sees. And then I'm just going to save component. I'm not sure what initials are, so I think I'm just going to leave that. Oh, you see the please print here. Well, we won't have to worry about that because they'll be typing it in. All right, so now we have an area here that is, we've got a bunch of stuff that's housed under Program Director Administrative Staff Use Only. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another field set. That's what is the box. So we go here. I'm going to call this field set. Add. And there we are. I'm going to go administrative admin staff use only. All right. Let's go ahead. Save. All right, now request received by. This could be text field. Actually, I don't want to make that mandatory. Okay. Because someone will need to save that, and then someone else will open it up, and they'll be able to edit it. Oh, so I need this in the box. See what? Well, I'm going to type some stuff in, and then I'll show you what's going on. And then let's go received date. And actually, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Let me save this and then I'll delete it. It shouldn't be a text box. It needs to be a date box. So let's delete this. Receive date. I click delete. I'm going to click it again. And now see it's gone. So now what I'm going to do is received date. I don't want this to be a text. I want it to be date. Add. And I'm just going to hit save. There we are. So I want to show you what this looks like real quick, just as is. Notice, before I show you, notice that this stuff is still outside the field set. This request received by and received date. So let's go ahead and take a look at it as is. I'm going to right-click View, open link in new window, and so here we are. So you can see here's the box, but since I didn't indent these two things, the program thinks that it's not there, so or it's not inside here. So let me get here. And actually, I want to edit this. I don't like this. There you go. Save. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this to the right. Slide this to the right. And hit save. And watch. We're going to view this and it'll be inside the box. Right click and open a new window. And there it is. These two things are now inside the box. Close that out. Let's finish up this part. Okay, name of contractor or volunteer. So I'm going to highlight that and copy. I'm going to right click and paste as plain text. And this is going to be a text field. Add. Oh, hold on. Forgot the R. All right. And I'm going to hit save. Okay. Contractor phone. It doesn't say exactly this, but I want to make sure that it's unique. So let's go ahead and leave this text field. Add. I'm just going to go to the bottom. Save. Okay. Here we're going to type scheduled repair date. I'm going to click date here. Add. This is still all within the same box right there. And then you'll see that there's a program notification. And then here's staff notified, date, and via. So here's going to be another field, a box within a box. So I'm going to select field set. And this is going to be program notification. Add. Save. Okay. So here's another box. And then here we have staff notified. I'm going to make that text field. And I'm going to drag this on like this in order to place it in the box called program notification. I'm going to say staff notification dates. Let's call that date. Add. Save that component. And then it says via right here. I'm going to put notified via. And let's call this text field. Add. Let's see what else we have down here. We're almost done. Excellent. All right, and so now we have progress notes and outcome. And we're going to call this text area, so there's a big box that you can type in. And I want to pull this out and make it its own outside this box. Let's click add. All right. All right, so let's view this. I'm going to hover over that, right click, open link in new window, and there we are. So here's Program Director Administrative Staff Use Only. There's a box, and there's the box within the box I was talking about. And I think that's it. So that's pretty much it. So, if you would like to, let's see here. Where are we going to place this? So that's the next dilemma. let's go ahead. Well, I will talk to the folks over at Hard Havens and see exactly how they want me to place this. But what I will do is I'm going to select that, copy it. I'm going to open up a new browser that I'm not logged into. Right click, paste and go. Oops. Oh, hold on. Here we are. So let me copy, paste and go. So here's what it looks like when you're not logged in. You can go ahead and put your request in. And so there it is. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. I would recommend that you go onto my website, garzawebdesign.com, and shoot me an email from the contact form there. Thank you very much, and you have a good day. Once again, this is Federico from Garza Web Design, signing off.